part 2 of the Terezi video. Let's go. Like, subscribe, comment, hit the bell, all that stuff. I won't keep you any longer. Let's get right into more Terezi action. Oh yeah. Well, this is bad. It's bad, and it kind of makes you angry. This doesn't make sense. You didn't do anything, but here you are with a 50-50 chance of getting murked by a jovial gremlin anyway. Does she think this is normal? Your head is cleared enough that you could zap away if you really tried, but something about this murder lawyer is stuck in your craw. Her devotion to justice is obvious, but it is twisted and brutal justice, streamlined for violence and painfully efficient in enabling exactly that. If this mock trial is anything to go by, this is the same system that requires insectoid eugenics robots to keep the peace, after all. There's so much wrong here, and she doesn't even see it. Like, metaphorically, see it. The coin is falling. Every rotation brings you closer to a fate that, regardless of the outcome, wouldn't be fair. You decide to think about what should be fair. Just like that, you're standing next to her, with a scream. You snatch her coin out of the air and hurl it full force through the window. My coin! Sorry, you shout, but she can't expect you to just accept the whims of chance when your life is on the line. Why not? Because that sucks. It's lame and dumb and really cliche. What is she, a comic book villain? Am I supposed to know what that is? Do you really know? You don't know. Troll culture seems to have a lot of really arbitrary similarities to human culture, and it's honestly very confusing, but that's besides the point. With a broad sweep of your arm, you gesture at her, drawing at the honorary Tyrannosaurus or whatever. And ask what he would think of your little stunt just now. Pfft. The trial isn't for him. We act like it is, but everyone knows he's just a big hangry monster. Huh? Then who? It's for the audience, obviously. By the time you make it to the stand, you're basically dead already. Don't the accused get a chance to defend themselves? Defend? Haha, what is that? Hard of hearing buttocks. Only the outrageously guilty would ever think to defend themselves in a court of law. Wow, that's fucked up. What's the point of even having a trial then? Besides the sheer pleasure of watching all the hope slowly drain from someone's eyes as they confront their imminently approaching and inevitably gruesome execution. Yeah, besides that. It's a warning to the seditious? Yeah, seditious of what happens when they cross the line. And that line is, existing? Yep. The nonchalance of her answer underlines just how upsetting all this really is. You remember the law she recited in one part, and in particular sticks out to you. Unclassifiable sanguination. Didn't Carcat try to commiserate with you about having mutant blood or something? You know Carcat too? I keep waiting for him to fuss about team leaders, but now he won't shut up about this thing he calls a Dave. Ah yes, his Dave, his beloved Dave. Everyone was so worked up about the game, and now they're just over it suddenly. Yeah, that's your fault. Yeah, that's your fault. Carcat would probably have a nuclear conniption if he knew you were about to say this, but you ask her if she's aware of his blood color. Of course I am aware of it. What do you think I am, blonde? Yes. What do you think I am, blind? Yes. Put up that fucking, that one meme where it's like, stop making stupid things. Carcat's a mutant, right? If you remember correctly, that makes him guilty of the same crime you are. Her expression turns sour, and you can tell this is something she spent a lot of time trying not to think about. You figure she avoided similarly executing you because you're friends with her friends, so she would probably avoid killing Carcat as well, and that's a good thing. Great, in fact. You cannot stress enough how awesome not killing people is. But doesn't that strike her as a bit hypocritical, making exceptions for her friends? Does she think that everyone else who dies at court or gets cold in their own hide deserves what they get just because she doesn't know them personally? It doesn't matter what I think. This is just how things are. It sucks, but it would suck a lot worse to be killed for saying so. And then who would protect Carcat? Who would protect... I can't help everyone, Cherry Cheeks. I can barely help my friends. Maybe if I stick to it long enough, I can change things from the inside. That's the best any of us can hope for. You guess that doesn't sound like the worst plan. In fact, that kind of reminds you of who? You feel sadness swell up in your heart so fast and heavy that it knocks you over into her and without meaning to you. Sam! Your vision is swimming, voices echo in your head, but you can't pick any of them out. You look around and something's watching you. Not maliciously, not yet. Just observing from a curious distance. Not that you can do anything about it while you're clutching your head and trying to put your memories together. You've been circling around this awful familiar feeling ever since you left Earth, drawn toward it like a singularity, but the closer you get to it, the less it makes sense. What the fuck
fuck just happened? Did you kill me just now? Is this troll hell? Troll hell? Do trolls not have an actual name for... Wait, she's here too? Here seems like an ambitious description. It's more of an ambiguous nexus of metaphysical reality. She is a mind player, so that would make sense. That's an awfully specific description. Has she been here before? No, but I've tasted places like this in my dreams. Great, even more shenanigans. You look around and try to get your bearings, but nothing seems to be in focus. It's all too low resolution, simultaneously too bright and too dark to make sense of. Are you okay over there, Cherry Cheeks? Your blood smells really loud right now. You wouldn't know how to react to that even if you weren't having a memory-induced thought seizure. The pieces are too far apart, but you can't quite put it together. But you remember... friends? Bits of memory hit you. Suddenly, flashes of joy, of violence, smiling faces, crying faces, bodies, plans. Hope that world would make into a better place. What the fuck are you mumbling about? If you fried your think pan, at least let me think on it. Bleh. If you fried your think pan, at least let me in on it so I can participate. You tell her what you can remember, which isn't much. Friends, sadness, dissatisfaction. People who were deeply unhappy with the state of Alternia and faced violence from all sides, just as your new friends do today. Some of them were wanting to change from the inside, and you remember believing that they could. But you get the sense that a lot of time has passed between now and then, and it doesn't seem like Alternia has gotten much better. In fact, it may have gotten worse. It seems like whatever it was your friends tried to do, they failed. Of course they did. What does she mean by that? What does she mean by that? Even in a context of your nonsense time-traveling amnesiac cover story, it's not hard to believe. Compelling idiots have good ideas all the time. That doesn't change the fact that they're idiots. Which is why I'm going to succeed where everyone else had their entrails ripped out by a swarm of drones and died like the scrubs they were. I am many things, Cherry Cheeks. An idiot isn't one of them. Heh. She flashes a bright and pointed smile, filled with the confidence that you believe with every atom of your body. But you're pretty sure she's not the first person to make you feel that way. Idiots or not, the friends you used to have were just as sure of themselves as she is now. And what good did it do? Honestly, you doubt that intelligence or competence has much to do with it at all. You think that the drones you barely avoided at Carcat's Hive, and your brief exposure to what this planet calls criminal justice system. For as violent and unjust as things could be on Earth, at least there was some pretext that the system existed to serve the people. Here, it's just murder. You aren't sure that the system you aren't sure that's a system that anyone can salvage. Her smile melts into a frown, and you really should ask what this troll's name is. Heh. Terezi Pyrope. Terezi doesn't sound particularly happy. As she slumps against a debatably extant wall and slides down into a crouch, her face is a mask of barely contained emotion. I can tell why Carcat would like you. You're very depressing. You chuckle and sit down a respectable distance away from her. You definitely don't mean to be depressing, but you have a knack for digging up drama. The hazards of forgetting new friendships, you guess. If Vriska saw us right now, she'd devilishly laugh herself into an aneurysm. Terezi knows Vriska? That's one way to put it. We were practically sisters before she broke the rules and ruined everything. How do you know her? Oh, you played some flarp, killed some kids, felt guilty about it, threw Vriska's mom into a volcano. Wow, you really have gotten around. What's a mom? Oh, so that's how you make the question mark face with your face. You think that's, well, that was just about the saddest thing you ever heard get said. I love that line. That's an amazing line. I love it when in the original, like, that's just about the saddest thing I've ever heard get said. Even if you didn't already know what a Lucius was. You killed her Lucius? So that explains why she's been messaging me. Terezi's laughing, but it hardly sounds like any laughter you've ever heard. I can't fucking believe it! Circuit figures her shit out just in time for me to have my own identity crisis. And I bet she thinks everything's supposed to be fine between us now, just because. Wanna know a secret, Cherry Cheeks? Might as well add another one to the pile, you say. I have no idea what I'm doing. I never have, and I don't think I ever will. Wow, that's bleak. You guess you're sorry? It's not your fault. You haven't told me anything I didn't already know. Her lips are trembling as she reaches behind her and pulls out a box of chalk, and then removes a red piece. You think this is a weird time for artistic expression, but she eats it. Oh, she's eating it. Terezi offers you a piece. You don't want to be rude, but you also don't really don't want to eat chalk. She shrugs and crunches on it like an unshelled lobster. You guess you have to take that in stride. the more important things is that Terezi's inconsolably sad, which sucks because you're the only person in position to console her. Alright, let's see. What do we got? What do we do?